Hello friends! Coincidences happen in everyone's life, and we're used to treating them as irrelevant incidents. Well, anything can happen. Life is quite unpredictable, but sometimes these very coincidences turn out to be so amazing, funny, or even shocking that you can't help but wonder if the Matrix is failing a bit. Well, anyway, all these examples deserve your attention. Let's get it on. Realistic tattoos are cool, of course, and it's even cooler if the master's work is appreciated by, well, the right holder. Have you ever seen such a coincidence? You know, sometimes people or cars in front of you block the view, and it's really annoying. You want to shout or honk so they move or something, but not in this case. It's perfect. A perfect picture, except for the ad. Anything can happen on the road, and there's room for amazing coincidences too, of course. The author of this picture can tell everyone today that he saw Taylor Swift on the road.
Who is it? Taylor Swift!
He even took a picture, and the most important thing is that it's completely true. This guy had a triple coincidence. Not only did his number at the marathon coincide with the number on the t-shirt, but the time in which he completed the marathon was exactly the same. If it were possible to bet on such numbers in a casino, this guy should definitely go to Vegas. If you ever thought that a red car would attract attention on the road and help you stand out from the rest of car enthusiasts, we have to disappoint you a little. In fact, there are many more red cars than you might think, and it seems they have places to hang out. We're beginning to think that a popular source of cool coincidences on the roads is trucks and pictures on them. This one, for example, offers to visit the city of Bruges, and at the same time perfectly matches the background on the smartphone of the lady who took the picture. Astonishing.
If I'd grown up on a farm and was retarded, Bruges might impress me, but I didn't, so...
And this lady here must hate questions about the color of her dress, red or blue. Well, we hope she also owns both of these cars, otherwise she would have to answer even more annoying questions. What's a city's camouflage supposed to look like? Surely something that'll help you completely merge with the environment of the stone jungle, blend in between houses and lanterns, or at least just pretend to be a piece of sidewalk. Well, it's also an option. Maybe there's a sale at the nearest jacket store, or someone in the Matrix is completely lazy and is copying people. You decide for yourself. At first it seemed to us that the same images were used on different packages, but no, it seems that the photos are different after all. It was just an unexpected coincidence. Do you feel uncomfortable when you're with someone who has a t-shirt just like yours? Oh, that's not the most embarrassing coincidence, I guess. For example, this lady's coat looks just like a chair. Remember the women in the same jackets? We hope they weren't riding on the same transport as these men, otherwise the rest of the passengers would definitely feel like the chosen ones. Whoa. We're not sure if being compared to a Lego man can be considered a compliment, but we know for sure that this guy is just an exact copy of this small toy, and he seems to be quite pleased with that. Don't you see any coincidence here? Take a closer look at the rearview mirror. Perfect. There are phone covers shaped like bears, puppies, cats, superheroes, fruits. Apparently, there are also covers shaped like random women at bus stops. Interesting design, huh? In the vast majority of cases, water frozen in a bottle is a surprise, but not this time. We suppose they're all related, or very, very close friends, or there was a hair dye sale somewhere. Sometimes the image on the label or in the menu doesn't correspond to the meal you have to eat, but not in this case. Look, this cucumber matches its picture. There's an expression, instant karma. It's used when a person does something and the universe hits them in the head for that. But sometimes it's much more harmless. In this case, it's just a cute little coincidence. It may look like the same child as in both photos, but these are not only different children, but actually these pictures were taken in different countries. On the left is the USA, on the right is South Korea, and the kids wearing the same t-shirt are future husband and wife. Imagine their shock when this coincidence was discovered. You dream of going to the moon, but you don't know how to get there? This sign will tell you the right direction. A ghost? No, calm down. In fact, it's all a tricky coincidence of reflections. A man sitting in front of a glass window and a well-placed car right behind it. A pack of flamingos is a beautiful sight, but what about a pack of flamingos shaped like a flamingo? After all, nature is very mysterious and unpredictable. All the little kids are a bit like each other, especially if you don't know them. In addition, babies often have very similar photos, but sometimes these coincidences just blow your mind. For example, this guy found out that he and his girlfriend had almost the same childhood pictures. Maybe you have one of those too. Before the flight, the author of the photo was given a small toy plane, and its number matched the number of the real one. Dogs are said to be very similar to their owners, and not only because they adopt some of their habits, but also because people often choose pets that look like them. But there are really amazing coincidences. Here's a dog that looks exactly like the one on the t-shirt of its little human. Great pick. What are the odds of meeting a man dressed like you, wearing the same sunglasses with the same hair color, in the same department at the same store? Damn it. Well, life is sometimes awfully strange. Have you ever seen famous people who look just like you? Well, maybe you're always told that you look like DiCaprio or Mila Kunis. Well, and what about patients on the posters in the hospital? It's no secret that children always take after their parents in one way or another. Usually it's about appearance, which is something normal. The genes are to blame. But what about behavior in dogs? Yes, look at these animals. This baby picture of a Reddit user was taken on Christmas Eve, and no, it's not under a glass at all, and the strange lines in the image are not reflections. By an amazing coincidence, the parents of the baby used the same roll of film for 2 years in a row, in 1985 and 1986, and the photos just overlapped on each other. Same day, same room, even the same posture, except that the baby's grown a little bit. The same beard and mustache, the same body, and even the same hat. It's time to play Find 10 Differences. Well, we can confidently say that this is not the most awkward coincidence that can be imagined. For example, they could show a picture of a wanted criminal on TV and, well, you know. According to the person in this photo, he caught the same fish 1 year apart. Well, almost a year. The fisherman caught the fish for the first time on August 24th, 2015, and the second time on August 25th, 2016. Did the guy release his catch back into the water to try his luck again next year? Usually, parents, when buying a book as a gift for their child, don't really look at the illustrations. The main thing is that it's suitable for the age and interesting to the child. But sometimes, such purchases can bring an unexpected surprise. For example, the baby looks like an exact copy of the character in the book he got for Christmas, only just wearing a fabulous onesie with dinosaurs. At first glance, this photo seems rather boring, and besides, low quality. The pixels are blurred and the whole picture's melting. Who takes pictures on such a bad camera nowadays? But take a closer look. The mountains on the left seem to keep going in the reflection of the truck. A perfect reflection and a perfect coincidence. Looking at old photos, you can often find something strange. For example, a picture of a bull, and then another picture of the same bull, but taken 5 years later at the same Texas ranch, and not intentionally at all. We wonder if the bull remembered the photographer. This photo belongs to Miss Jaded, and we must say that you have to be an incredibly lucky photographer to catch such a picture. Seriously, what are the chances that some random bird will be in the sky at the right time and in the right place, and during an air show? Do you know exactly what's on the wallpaper of your smartphone? Go take a look. What did you see? An artwork, picture of a loved one, or just a beautiful landscape? This guy didn't care much about that until one day, by chance, he discovered that same mountain during his trip to Italy, and only 2 years have passed. These charming cats, Tom and Mimi, of course didn't plan to make a show with synchronous actions and amazing coincidences. They were just walking in the backyard of the house enjoying their cat's life. And suddenly, you know, as it happens with cats, suddenly they decided to climb up the wall and to the fence. And they climbed up at the same time. What we like most is their reaction, because neither Tom nor Mimi were planning on landing on top of each other, so they looked a little confused. Look at these two photos. What's the difference between them? Filters? Well, in fact, these two images were made by different photographers, Eric Gendron and Ron Risman. This unlikely story happened when the photographers decided to shoot storm waves at the same time, not knowing that they were 28 meters apart. Risman published a picture of a lighthouse with a crashing wave on a social network and was immediately accused of stealing a picture, as there was already a picture of the same thing on the internet. Only by comparing the details of the images can it be understood that these are two different images, just shot by coincidence, almost simultaneously. By the way, the photographers themselves are not resentful of each other either. Of course, how could you be offended by such an incredible coincidence? Psst! Dude, are you looking for new technologies and great gadgets? Are your thoughts focused on the future? Do you love huge vehicles and can't imagine your life without robots around you? Then visit TechZone and you'll find all this and more. The link is in the description. You interested? Great.